Good morning, everybody. Welcome today to Reading the Red at the church. I left my phone at the church. So, Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. This freezing cold, frosty morning. Jesus says these words to the disciples. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. It's a strange thing to think that Jesus would say you have to kind of lose your life. But there's a sense in which this need to surrender the old you, the old life, everything that represented everything that you were, is Jesus is talking about. So when it says, so whoever wishes to gain life, they have to lose life. He's saying that we can't take this old life that we had with all of its rebellious, offensive ways to God with us on the journey in our new life. There's a revelation of truth that needs to be applied, and it's the revelation of the word sanctification. And sanctification is basically God restoring us back to what we were. It's about the reality of recovering our innocence in our identity with Adam before Adam sinned. So God is saying in Jesus today to his disciples that if we continue to try and keep the life that we have, we're going to come up with problems as a Christian, because Christianity is about walking this journey following Jesus. And Jesus is going to do things, say things, think things, act in ways that our old nature is going to find very difficult to accept. And so what he wants, Jesus, is for us to learn to surrender to the reality of recognizing that we've got to give up on the old life so that we don't have life. No, not at all. So that we have life. You see, as we give up the old, so we take on board the new. I remember as an early Christian and having some ministry about some problem in my life. And I remember saying to the guy helping me that if I give that up, then I won't be who I am. And he said, no, you don't understand, Paul. Unless you give that up, you won't ever really discover who you are. You see, God has made us to live right, to be right, to feel right, to think right, to act right. That's what we were made for, to do good in the earth, to look after the earth, to look after one another, to look after ourselves. And the reality is that we've all been managing with a substandard you and a substandard me. We've been driven by a nature that has basically limped and has survived and has used any means it could to survive. But God in Jesus, as he restores us back to our true identity, says to us, we can have actually the life that he intended us to have, that we can shine like the morning sun and we can rejoice in the joy of everything that is good around us. God doesn't want us to live broken. He wants us to live mended. And the way we mend is to surrender our old ways, our old life, our old nature, our old management system, our old survival mechanism, surrender and give it to him and let his life live in us, so that we may, as it says in 25, if we want to find life, we have to lose life in order to gain life. Have a great day. Be blessed. Enjoy your wonderful weekend. And I'm going to go back and have a cup of tea. Bless you all.